Hello my scrappy friends, it is Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters and thank you for joining me for a Kitaholic Kits design team layout. Now with this month's kit, the fabulous month of December, we are working with a little bit of the amazing Pink Fresh Studios, and as we know they make some pretty scrumptious papers. So I'm working with the full 12 by 12 background paper here. It was a little bit needed just a little something for this layout, so I'm popping on a frame out of white paper and I have distressed around the edges. Often I do this the other way around, where I would have trimmed down the blue and distressed the blue paper and put that on top of a white border. But this time I was using leftover paper. I was actually using the paper that I had cut this cut file from. And so I trimmed down the border, the white border, and distressed on the inside, and then just adhered the whole thing to the blue paper. So a little bit of a different way of putting on a frame. Instead of matting your 12 by 12 onto a white sheet of paper with a border, I cut the border out or the frame out and stuck that directly on top. Now this super cute cut file is an exclusive cut file to Kitaholic Kits subscribers, and it just works perfectly with these fabulous photos of Tom meeting this big, gigantic, mountain dog. I don't know what it is. It's like a bear, but it is so cute. And he's a big slobbering machine. And Tom is usually pretty shy around dogs and around other animals, but he was amazing with this one. He was really good at not getting too worried, which is a credit to how calm and beautiful this dog was, because honestly, he is quite nervous around dogs, and this dog was so placid. It was just amazing. So as you can see, I went ahead and backed my cut file, and now I'm mounting my photos on top on a little bit of foam. It does cover a lot of the cut file, which can be a bit of a shame, especially with such beautiful florals and especially with how much time I spent backing the cut file. But I just wanted to make sure the puppy was really seen in this layout, and I also wanted to make sure the photos were having a bit more of an importance than the cut file was. So I wanted to put the photos on top. This is also your friendly reminder to not forget about your embossing folders that run through like your Big Shot machine or something similar. I used that on the black paper of the dog and gave it a little bit of texture. I just used some spots, and it was just a really nice way to add a bit of texture and a bit of dimension to my cut file page, and I think it worked really well with backing that plain black dog in cardstock. It just gave that paper a little bit of something as well, which I think was really cute. Now I wanted to use that little kind of document edge piece behind the photo, but it was a little bit long and it wasn't quite working the way I wanted it to. So my solution was to just chop it off and cut it down. And so now that piece is working much better and it suits my needs for this layout. My clusters are super small and super simple with this one, just some snails and a few sentiment pieces, nothing much really at all. That is basically it done. And then this big empty space over on the left hand side is going to be where my big title is going. The title itself is only 4 words, but those colored thickers there are quite large and quite dominating, that they do take up a lot of the space. These particular thickers came in a Kitaholic kit from somewhere, sometime in the past. As you know, I've been a Kitaholic Kit subscriber for a very long time. It could have been anywhere. I think I started subscribing to Kitaholic Kits in July of 2016. So a long time. And you can see here that my title has 2 types of thickers, and they're both from previous kits. And it says When Thomas Met Scout, because that is the name of the puppy. And I think it's really cute. I was really happy with how this turned out. It doesn't really matter that the when and met is hard to read. It doesn't actually matter that any of it is hard to read, to be honest. The title doesn't do a lot except fill in space on the page, but you can definitely see it when you're there in person. Now the mat board, or the frame that I put, is just a smidge smaller than my 12 by 12 cardstock, so I'm just cutting off that excess that's peeking out the side, because of course I want it to look nice and flush. And then I am going to get my splatters. Now for this layout, because I used the silver lettering with When and Met, I have pulled out my silver splatters as well. You know I always reach for my gold, but today it called for silver. So I'm going to pop on those silver splatters now and just add that sort of finishing touch to the page. Luckily, I noticed that my letter E fell off. I did find that and pop it back on again. It does show me that I probably need to add some glue to those stickers very soon, or I will lose them as well. So just splattering on a little bit of silver. It's hard to see, it is very subtle, but it does work. And then just a little bit of black too, just to tie in the black of the dog. And this is my finished product. I am so thrilled with the way this one came together. I think it is super fun and works really, really well with these photos. I hope you have enjoyed watching and following along, and I can't wait to see you all next week. Thank you, everyone. Have a happy, scrappy week, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.